Dear Monessen residents, in light of the current outbreak of COVID-19, the coronavirus, the City of Monessen has been taking precautionary steps over the last few days in order to limit the spread of the virus. There has been a unified effort amongst myself and Monessen City Council, along with City Administrator and Clerk John Harhai, Solicitor Witt, Chief of Police Jim Smith, Municipal Fire Chief Delmar Heppel, the Mon Valley EMS, all of our emergency responders, city employees, and especially with the help and leadership of Councilman Greger, who is the head of public safety. Our utmost goal is to do what we can to help slow the spread of this virus so our local medical facilities are not overwhelmed, and also to protect our most vulnerable populations, especially our senior citizens who are most at risk. While there are no confirmed cases in Monessen, we take this pandemic seriously, and it is because of this that with great thought and concern, I am issuing this proclamation declaring a public health state of emergency in the City of Monessen pursuant to the city's authority under the Third Class City Code 11 PA C.S.A. 11203. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas a novel, new coronavirus, now known as COVID-19, emerged in Wuhan, China, began infecting humans in December 2019 and has since spread to over 89 countries, including the United States, and whereas the World Health Organization and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention have declared COVID-19 a public health emergency of international concern, and whereas the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania has been working in collaboration with the CDC, HHS, and local health agencies since December 2019 to monitor and plan for the containment and subsequent mitigation of COVID-19, and whereas Governor Tom Wolf has issued a proclamation of disaster of emergency dated March 6, 2020, stating in part that it is critical to prepare for and respond to suspected confirmed cases in the Commonwealth and to implement measures to mitigate the spread of COVID-19, and whereas on March 13, 2020, Governor Tom Wolf issued an order closing all K-12 schools in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania for at least 10 business days, and whereas on March 13, 2020, the President of the United States declared a national emergency to address COVID-19, and whereas to reduce the spread of COVID-19, the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has recommended implementation of community mitigation strategies to increase containment of the virus, including cancellation of large gatherings and social distancing in smaller gatherings. And whereas on March 13, 2020, the County of Westmoreland has determined that coronavirus is an imminent threat to the region and declared a state of emergency. And whereas on March 16, 2020, Governor Tom Wolf recommended and encouraged events with more than 50 attendees to be canceled or postponed, strongly discouraged people from going to recreational activities in public places like gyms, movie theaters, and stores, asked religious leaders to use their discretion to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and ordered a statewide shutdown of all non-essential businesses for the time being in order to stop or slow the spread of COVID-19. And whereas, as of March 17, 2020, pursuant to information from the CDC, there are at least 4,676 confirmed and or presumed positive cases of COVID-19 in the United States, including 63 confirmed positive cases in the Commonwealth and at least one death in the United States. And whereas implementation of limitations on large gatherings and use of social distancing prevent initial exposure and secondary transmission to our most vulnerable populations and are especially important for people who are over 60 years old and those with chronic health conditions due to the higher risk of severe illness and death from COVID-19. And whereas the worldwide outbreak of COVID-19 continues to threaten the life and health of our people and remains a public disaster affecting life, health, property, and the public peace, and whereas all city properties in Monessen, to include all parks, the Monessen Public Library and Cultural Center, the Monessen Civic Center, the Monessen Police Department, and Monessen City Hall, will be closed to the public for 2 weeks until April 1st, 2020. Residents are asked to conduct any business with City Hall online, by phone, or by mail. If a member of the public must be present at City Hall, they should contact the city to make special arrangements. And whereas the City of Monessen Police Department operations are functioning as normal, the police department is operating under modified guidelines to ensure the safety of both the officers and the public. The Monessen Police Department will answer all emergency calls. However, any non-emergency calls that can be handled over the phone will be taken care of in that manner. Entry into the police station will not be permitted by anyone unless they are a member of the police department. We urge all residents to follow the issued guidelines to assist in keeping the exposure risk limited. We ask that you limit visitation to all public facilities. Members of the police department can be reached at 724-684-4620 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. All other times, 911 is to be used. And whereas City Council requests and implores the citizens and businesses of the City of Monessen to take precautions and to abide by the recommendations of the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the Pennsylvania Governor, and the Departments of Health and Human Services, and all other federal, state, and county authorities representing the City of Monessen, including without limitation of certain business activities. And whereas City Council meetings will remain as scheduled unless otherwise decided and publicly notified. However, Council encourages the public and non-essential staff not to attend in order to prevent the spread of the virus. And whereas City Council may invoke the powers of the Board of Health with respect to managing of infectious diseases. And now therefore, I, Matthew T. C.S.A, Mayor of the City of Monessen, on behalf of the Monessen City Council, do hereby issue this proclamation of a state of emergency in regards to a public health crisis in the City of Monessen, and note that this proclamation does not constitute a proclamation of a disaster emergency under the Emergency Management Services Code 35 PA C.S.A. 7101, but acknowledges the Governor's proclamation of disaster emergency dated March 6, 2020, whereby Governor Wolf directed that the applicable emergency response and recovery plans of the Commonwealth, counties, municipalities, and other entities be activated as necessary, and that actions taken to implement those plans be coordinated through the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, and therefore authorizes and directs the appropriate implementation of the City of Monessen's emergency response and recovery plans by such authorized individuals and agencies. Thank you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and we will keep you updated as much as possible in the days and weeks to come. Thank you.